Yes, people, what's going on? It's your boy Big Uggs and welcome back to the Voice of the Tune. Slightly different scenery today, as you can see. I'm in the city of London. I'm at work, so I thought I'd use this opportunity to get in my match preview, because by the time I get in, it's going to be late. So here we are. Cold morning, but sunny morning in London. And today we're talking about AFC Bournemouth. Listen, the assignment is straightforward. Must-win game. If you want to get top four, if you want to stay in the hunt for top four, yeah, it's still early. Yeah, I know we're only in February, but these are the games mentally that we need to win. If you don't win it against Bournemouth, yeah, who are struggling, then I don't know how we can say we're ready to compete for top four. Don't get me wrong, the boys have put in a massive shift over the season. Over the season, they've done so well. So for us to even be talking about top four, I'm flattered myself to be saying, oh, top four. But we're here. We're in a situation. We're pushing for Champions League. We are ahead of schedule, but we're here. And let's face the challenge that's facing us right now. Let's face it head on. And our next game is Bournemouth live on Sky Sports tomorrow night. And there's a 5:30 game, another game on Sky Sports. I said in my match preview last time that I've noticed a lot of our games have been on Sky. If not all of our games, this 2023, this calendar year, all of our games so far, the League Cup games, the 2 League Cup games, and all our Premier League games have been on Sky. The FA Cup game was on BBC One. So it's another opportunity for us fans and the world to see how good we are. But we need to put in the performance now. We need to start seeing quality in the side, and especially in the final third, to break teams down. Because, like I said previously, teams are going to pay us respect because obviously we're a top 4 side now. So teams are going to look at us and say, if we get a result here, it's good for them. Whereas a draw for Bournemouth is good, but it's bad for us. It's good for them, but it's bad for us. So Bournemouth are a side who are struggling. They are in such bad form. Gary O'Neill, he started his tenure, and he started off pretty well. But since the last win against Everton before the World Cup break, they've not managed a single win. They've played 8 games since then, in the League Cup as well and in the FA Cup as well. And they've only managed 1 draw, losing 7. So they're a team who right now are struggling for points, they're struggling for form. They're looking like it will be them that's going to get relegated, because in their team I can't single out anybody who I would say is a key man or that could cause a problem. They've got Tavernier, who's a decent player, but apart from him, I couldn't even pick anybody out. So I think this is a game that, like I say, we have to win because they're struggling. Our record at Bournemouth is decent. We haven't lost there. In 4 games, we've drawn there twice and we won there twice. Our last win came in the last visit, which was in that COVID season where St Maximum had a masterclass, and it was a 4-1 win. So historically, our record shows that we tend to pick up points at Bournemouth, and so we need to implement that tomorrow night, because if we want to talk about top 4 and compete against teams like Spurs, who just beat Man City in the weekend, and like I said in my last video, like Harry Kane, he's like their tool to get them out of trouble. They have his qualities. Even when they're not playing well or they're playing decent and it's a tight game, he can get them out of trouble. And whereas at the minute we don't have that solution to our problems, and we need to find that ASAP. Like I say, it's a must-win game. It's Eddie Howe's first game back at the Vitality Stadium since he's left there. So for him, it will be an emotional occasion. But I'm sure he'll be focused on the game in hand, because this is a massive game for us. Because mentally, if we were to drop points here, mentally it wouldn't do us no favour. So we need to actually put in a performance where we can break them down, show our quality, and take our chances in the final third. Because we are creating chances. Don't get me wrong. We are playing well. We are creating chances. We just need to take them, because it's the fine moments, And at this level now, looking for top 4, all it takes is one chance. One chance is all we need, and if that chance comes, we need to take it. We need to be clinical. So I'm more than confident that we'll get the points tomorrow, the 3 points tomorrow. But it's just about on the day how we start the game. We need to start the game on our front foot, like we always do. Same mentality, same thing. Let's go again. Get in their faces, be physical, stay hard to beat, stay compact, work harder for each other, win the first, second balls, as we always do all season. And that's why we are where we are. We're the only team in the league to only lose one game. So as long as we continue that form, I don't see why we wouldn't be able to get the win. But like I keep saying, tomorrow is a must-win game. Man United on Thursday night, they drew 2-2 at Leeds. So it shows you how difficult this league is and how competitive it is. No game is a certain win. I'm saying it's a must-win, but it's not a certain win. You can only win games if you earn it. So they dropped points, 2 points at Leeds, and that sort of done us a good favour because now they're only 2 points above us. We've got a game in hand, so third place is now back in our hands. And then obviously we saw Spurs beat Man City. So if you want to put it, there's 3 teams fighting for 2 spots in top 4. And if we carry on the way we're playing throughout the season, why can't we do that? Why can't we be one of those 2 teams? But our form in the last 5 games, we've managed 4 draws and 1 win in the last 5 games, drawing to teams that we should have been beaten. Obviously, the Leeds game was a draw. Palace, West Ham, and Arsenal was a good result. And obviously, Fulham in the last minute we scored. So we need to get out of this drawing habit and start to win games, because early on in the season, I recall when we played Bournemouth the first time. This is our 3rd time actually playing them this season. So the first time we drew, in that period we started to draw most games as well. Obviously we drew to Palace and then to Bournemouth. And then we started the that winning run at Fulham. So hopefully we can start our winning run again at Bournemouth tomorrow. Obviously they're a team, like I said, that we've played twice already. One in the League Cup quarterfinals, or round 16 actually. Beat them 1-0 at home. So we know quite a lot about them, because this will be our 3rd encounter of the season. So we just need to continue to do what we're doing. Stay physical. Just take our chances, man. Literally take our chances. It was disappointing last game to concede the way we did at West Ham. So hopefully the boys can work on obviously set pieces and try not to make those errors again. But the task is tomorrow night to get the 3 points. If I was to pick the side, the team I'll pick will be probably the same team that started again, West Ham. Obviously with Bruno missing, Nick Pope in goal. I'll do Kieran Trippier. Again, the back 4 picks itself. So Kieran Trippier, Shaw, Botman and Big Dan Burn at the back. I'd have Big Joe, Longstaff and Willock in the middle. Obviously Bruno's serving his match back, his ban still, so he will sit this game out. Again, this will be a game that we'll miss him, because I'm sure Bournemouth will sit in and then they'll bank in and try to get us on a counter attack. So we will need players, Longstaff, Willock and Big Joe, to be a bit more creative and be a bit more brave on the ball and get on the ball and be brave to get the ball off the defence. Because against West Ham, I didn't see that. So we need that to happen. We need to find the holes and move around the ball, move the ball quicker, and create space for ourselves. So the middle 3, like I said, Jolinton, Longstaff and Willock. On the right hand side, I'll go for Almiron, because defensively he's sound. And left hand side, I'll stick with St. Maximin, because I feel like even though he was disappointing against West Ham, I feel like he needs games, innit? So he needs matches and he needs minutes under his belt. So I feel like Eddie Howe should back him, start him again, get him confident again. This is a ground where he's played well previously. So if he can take that form from that season into this game, I think that will do him some confidence. So I'll start him out left, and I know Isak is fit. I know Eddie Howe was talking about how he's back in training now after his concussion. So he's back, he's fit, but I'll go Callum Wilson up top. Again, he will be coming back to Bournemouth. This is his old side, so it's a ground that he knows very well. So I'll start him. But I would have Isak and Gordon ready. ready to come on. You know, if we're struggling for goals or for a goal, and it's probably 50 minutes, I'll just make the sub, because it's hard to expect guys to come on for 30 minutes and try and make an impact, because then they start to force things, because obviously they're short on time. So if we're struggling in the game, I would have Gordon and Isak ready to pounce. So that's my 11. I'm predicting a win and a clean sheet. I'm going 2-0 Newcastle. I'm going Callum Wilson and Almiron to get back on the score sheet and a clean sheet. So like I said, this is a must-win game. If you want to talk about top 4, we've got to be winning these games, man. Other teams are doing us favours by getting points but to our rivals. So now it's now our time to do our own favour. So a 2-0 win tomorrow night against Bournemouth. Come on, boys. Come on. Because this is a must-win game. So come on, boys. It's your boy Big Augs. Make sure to like, to comment and to subscribe. Thank you for watching. And I'm out to the next video. Take care.